Okay. Alright. Once again, it is time for Meatballcraft. Dimensional Ascension. PPD edition. So, some time has passed, and I've gone and done some things, although I haven't progressed any. The pack has not been progressed any at all. However, we've reached a point where we're about to stage up the world, so I wanted to go ahead and make the base that I've been planning to make, which is what I've done. I did it off screen because watching me build stuff is boring. I don't think anyone wants to see that. So let's talk about what we'll be doing, how we will be staging up the world and making everything infinitely more dangerous, probably for us, and how hopefully we'll be able to go to the Nether pretty soon. Just to... Ah, here we are. We're already in. I was about to start explaining without having anything to show you, but don't worry about it. Also, ignore that glowing backpack. I'll explain that in a moment. Okay. If we go to our pause and take some of this off real fast. If we go up here to our quests, this is what we need to do. Okay, alien materials. There's some stuff about doing engineering things and the storage drawers mod, which essentially a storage drawer is like a single block, but you can store one item in it, but you can store an extreme amount of them, like hundreds of thousands of items, and you can also give them upgrades to let the storage drawers do certain things for you too. That's in this mod, so this pack, so we can make compact storage drawers, etc., etc. This is what we need to do, though. Alien materials. You gotta explore to unlock this. Multiple structures use blast bricks and coal coke. Okay. Now remember that statement. You gotta explore. After spending some time here, I have really learned a lot. I think I can use this knowledge to improve my manufacturing capabilities. The Alien Materials Manual. The world may become a little harder. Texture by Zuckerberger, thanks. So essentially this is going to stage up the world when we craft it. I don't know if we eat the book, if we read the book, if the book isn't even real and just crafting it automatically updates the world. I don't know what it does. But it stages up the world. I'm pretty sure the code for making Minecraft able to do that was made by the Feed the Beast guys, which Feed the Beast is... It's hard to explain what they are to someone who has no context, but essentially they have done a lot of mod packs over a very long period of time that focus primarily on technology and expansion. The sort of thing where you try and turn Minecraft into Factorio, right? You build a factory, you expand the factory, you automate things, and then you need to expand the factory and make it bigger to upgrade the factory, right? That's why it's called Feed the Beast. You're feeding the fires of industry. The beast is the factory, right? So I think it's the Feed the Beast guys who first pioneered the ability to the code needed for modded Minecraft to stage up the world. If they're not the ones who made it, I apologize, but I think credit goes to them. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But anyway, to craft this thing, which will stage up our world, and make new enemies spawn, presumably it'll unlock new crafting recipes, things that we can't make now that we will be able to make after we do this, and probably also unlock new things we can do. We have to make this. So, it's made from 1 block of aluminum brass, 1 block of bronze, and then 6 Shadowsteel, as well as a book. So, the aluminum brass is pretty easy. Aluminum brass ingots, well, how do we make aluminum brass ingots? Well, we can cast it on a casting table, and molten aluminum brass is made by mixing 1 copper and 3 aluminum together, which makes 4 molten aluminum brass. So copper and aluminum together at a ratio of 1 to 3 equals 4 parts aluminum brass. Okay, well, as it turns out, I've already done that, actually. Believe it or not. I did that off screen, so we have a block of that. Bronze is also pretty easy. Hang on, let me try and show you how this does. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. No, that's constant. Molten bronze is 3 copper to 1 tin. Makes bronze. Okay? So, that's how you make bronze. The hard part is Shadowsteel. Now, to make Shadowsteel, I am just messing this up. Here we go. Shadowsteel. Content Tweaker. We take shadow bars from Divine RPG, and we cook them in a blast furnace. Now, In immersive engineering, the way you advance in immersive engineering, if you're first getting started in IE, what you do, by the way, you can tell that I've made another base because all my stuff has been moved. I have turned this back into a normal house. Not that it really helps anything because the people who lived here are already dead. The ghosts killed them and I can't undo that, but I will leave their house as I found it, mostly. Let's sleep the night away and make the rain go away. Okay, and I'll take up that bed because I no longer need it here. We have a new bed and a new base. So, how does one... I don't think we've... Oh, we have completely moved. I put all this stuff back. Here's the name tags of the NPCs who died. Random51, Blobman, Xeon, Kimal, and Dr. Mr. Potato. Potato with an E. Rest in peace, you glorious morons. You got jumped by ghosts. I tried to save you. Anyway, if we go out here, you can see I've actually already built this. And again, don't worry about the glowing backpack. I'll explain in a minute. So, in immersive engineering, to advance, okay, this is the crude blast furnace right here. To advance, you need to start with the crude blast furnace and the coke oven. Now, the reason you need to do this is because the coke oven and the blast furnace together give you the two substances you really need. You need these substances, okay? One of them is steel, which is immersive. Okay, one of them is steel, which is used to make all of the starter like things. You need it for conveyor belts and scaffolding, and you need steel ingots and steel rods and all kinds of things to make everything. The other is treated planks. Okay. Now you see how there's creosote oil in a bucket, and we can surround it with any wood to make treated wood. You also see how a lot of these things are made of treated wood, like the current transformer, these things, a lot of the devices and objects, the tools, the engineer's hammer, the steel pickaxe is made from steel and treated sticks, right? The basic substance, the water wheel segment, which is used to generate power, treated sticks and planks. So what you do is you make a crude, you make a coke oven. I think this is going to be it. Why are you... there it is. Okay, you make a coke oven, and then the coke oven can turn coal into coal coke. Okay? Now, and it also generates creosote oil as a byproduct. You get 500 millibuckets out of it. So you do this twice and you have a bucket of creosote. Now you'll notice the coal has a burn time of 1,600 ticks. The coal coke has a burn time of 3,200 ticks, 3,200 ticks. So the coal coke is literally twice as good a fuel as coal. The efficiency of the coal doubles when you turn it into coal coke. So we make a coke oven by crafting these coke bricks. We can do this recipe. It's pretty straightforward. We need clay, which we can get, sandstone, which is easy, and then dried bricks, which is just you make a drying rack out of wood and then you hang clay on it for 2 minutes and it turns into a dried brick. Easy, right? You just make coke bricks and then you craft the multi-block out of them, right? You just put them down on the ground, you smack them with the engineer's hammer, which is exactly how the blast bricks work, right? You do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, no. 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah, goblins. Always standing in the way of progress, goblins. Enjoy getting shot by your own magic bolts. And then you give it a little dink with the engineer's hammer, and bink, there it goes. It turns into the crude blast furnace, right? So we make a coal coke oven. We put coal in it, and then it cooks, and we get coal coke out of it. We also get creosote. The creosote is how we make treated wood. Then the coal coke, what we do with it, is in the... oh, come on. There it is. In the blast furnace, we can turn coal coke, we can turn iron into steel, right? Or blocks of iron into blocks of steel, or shadow bars into shadow steel, right? So essentially, the crude blast furnace and the upgraded version, which is called the improved blast furnace, but that requires electricity to run, it uses coal coke to cook iron into steel, and we get slag as a byproduct of that. So slag is also used for some things too. So this is the basics of immersive engineering. We build these two multi-blocks, we turn coal into coal coke, we get the creosote to make treated planks, and then we use the coal coke to make steel. So now we have treated planks and steel. There's a problem though. Okay. Remember how I showed you this and I said we can do this? Well, we can't. Do you see the problem? It's up here. It requires the alien material manual to become craftable. We can't make this. This is uncraftable. The basic crafting thing is uncraftable. And like we need black iron slates and luminescence, which is black iron ingots, and I guess technically we have the stuff we need to make this, but we can't make it just yet. Like it's not obtainable. I am being jumped while trying to give an explanation. Y'all are just being rude today. So the coke brick, because we can't make this crafting table, we can't make coke bricks. And we have a similar problem with blast bricks. All right, the blast brick is crafted from dried bricks and nether bricks. It's also crafted on a basic crafting table, and nether bricks are made using netherrack, which is in the nether. We can't even make this. We couldn't even try and make this because we need stuff from the nether. So we need to go to the nether to get the stuff we need to get into the nether. So how do we obtain it? Well, the quest book told us. You gotta explore to unlock this. Multiple structures use blast bricks and coal coke. So, as you can clearly see, I have a chest out here. What's in it? Well, it's everything we need. I've made a block of bronze and a block of aluminum brass already. Okay. I found 11 coal coke. You can find coal coke just knocking loose in the world as loot. The most reliable place I found that is in villages. I'll show you after I start this cooking. And also the blast bricks are also found in structures as part of the buildings that can spawn in the world. You can find blast bricks. So that's how you obtain these. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start this cooking. Now, normally it takes, by the way, 1 coal coke can make 3 steel. That's vanilla immersive engineering. So in theory, we should only need 2 coal coke to make the 6 shadow bars that we need, the 6 Shadowsteel. I don't know if that's going to be true or not because this is a modified recipe. He may have kept the ratios exactly the same, or they may be radically different. Who knows? But while that's cooking, let's go ahead and show you, give you the grand tour. So first of all, before I forget. Yes, I've done a lot of exploring. I had to explore quite a bit to find all the things we needed for this. By the way, this area over here is super cool. This is a sakura forest with an active volcano in it. This looks ridiculous. Also, there's a bunch of fairies from fire and ice living in this forest too, so this place looks crazy. It's pretty cool. I'm going to go over here to Watchtower Blast Brick, and I'm going to show you exactly. There's several buildings that seem to have blast brick as part of their composition. Watchtower Blast Brick. But this is the one that seems to have the most. Okay. Ignore that over there. I'll show you that in a second. So remember these watchtowers that I mentioned? Oh, hey, look, we can climb up. There's this metal ladder from Immersive Engineering, and we can climb up real high, and it's like a lookout. We can look out around the world and see stuff like that giant dragon skeleton over there that we're going to talk about in a minute. Well, this whole building is made of Tinker's Construct stuff. The platform is made of dried bricks. The trim, it's got metal ladders on it from Immersive Engineering, and the core is made of blast bricks. This column in the middle, blast bricks. So each of these has 10 of them. That's 10 blast bricks. Because a blast furnace is a 3x3x3 cube, it needs 27. So you have to find 3 of these towers. And they're pretty easy to find on the map. Let me just back up a bit and show you. If you do this and... come on. You kind of can't see it because there's a slime island in the way. I apologize. But if you look, you can see that it is visible on the map, right? I think if we go over here, we can find a few more, because I know I poked a few. Like, this is one of the battle towers, but the smaller ones are the lookouts. I know there was one over here. Don't play games with me. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong part of the Badlands. Was it like over here? Oh yeah, here it is. If we do this, see, look out. You can see it from up high. If I take that off, if I turn that off, right, you can see what that looks like from the aerial view. You can see it. You have to pay attention, but you can find them on the map. So you can also find them in other structures. There's other structures that have them too. Like what I dubbed the Thalmcraft house. It has a few in it as well. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't know much about Fire and Ice dragons. I played packs that add the other monsters, but the dragons I don't know much about. This one's dead, okay? I promise you I didn't kill it. I'm not that strong yet. I found this one when I came out here looking for stuff. You can see Fire Dragon, 20 out of 936. This was a big boy. He had a lot of health. I'm not sure if he flew too close to spawn and insta-died because of the spawn protection that's on that stops dragons from... hang on. I don't want to be out here at night. Actually, now that I think about it, I did take the bed up, so screw it. We'll just do this. I don't know if he flew too close to spawn and the game killed him because he's not allowed to come that close, or if, I don't know, like, or if it's possible for them to spawn dead. Maybe that's a thing. Again, not entirely sure. I suspect you may be able to. They may be able to spawn dead. Like you can just get dragon skeletons. I think you harvest them by punching them. Hello, sir. You're rather fast, but you're not very strong. What did you drop? Raw Furion chops. Okay. I think you harvest their corpses by punching them. I'm sorry, what? Whoa! There's some dangerous stuff out here. Anyway, I think you harvest their corpses by punching them. Well, see, I'm getting dragon bones out of this. Pickaxe. Again, I didn't want to do this off screen because I didn't know what would happen. But it doesn't look like I can get anything else from this. Which makes sense. I didn't kill it, so it not dropping a lot of loot kind of makes sense. The corpse sort of glitches out if I'm not looking at it the correct way. But we got some dragon bones out of it, which are pretty good material, all things considered. Maybe there's more that can be done with this corpse. I don't know, but we'll find out later. Anyway, so that's, yeah, come jump me, Desert Charger. Bonk. There we go. So, that's how that works. And you can get the coal coke. I think it can appear in battle towers, but the most reliable place I've seen it is... Let's see. We should have a village around here. Yeah, the Darklands village will go here. So this building that I'm actually in, this one, every village appears to have one of these in it. This sort of thing with the brick roofing. And this empty item frame actually had an engineer's hammer in it. I think this is where I got mine, believe it or not. I just stole it from them. This place has like immersive engine, until I took it all, immersive engineering loot in it. It's got these crates that you can pick up and look inside, and they've got stuff in them. They're bits and baubles, steel rods, parts for guns and other weapons, treated sticks, things like that. But you can also find coal coke here. This is, you can get coal coke from here. I just wanted, in case anyone's wondering how to get it, where do I get the stuff? You get it from here. Okay, I think you can get it elsewhere too, but I think every village has one of these buildings in it, and they also all seem to have one of these buildings, the actually additions stuff that has the rice seeds and and the brewing barrels and things like that. There seems to always be an actually additions house and an immersive engineering house. There always seems to be one. So just keep that in mind. If you need to find coal coke, go look for villages. If you need to find blast brick, look for other structures. Okay. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and let's do home, which will take us to here, which isn't really our home anymore, but that's fine. And we will go here, which is our new home, actually, which I've labeled Thalm House, because I said I was going to build out here, and I kept my word. The Thalmcraft house, by the way, this place, this building right here, this one can also have some blast bricks in it. And you can see this one does in fact have blast bricks. It's got 6, it's got 3 here and 3 here. I didn't put them here, they spawned that way. So, we're actually relatively safe where we are right now. So, let's have a conversation about these backpacks. They're really big. Look at that, look at all that room in there. Holy crap. Well, I'll tell you how I made them. So, if we go into our quests, and we go to personal augmentations. I wanted to make some more stuff to try and help me out. By the way, I did also find out how to make the bowls that they keep telling you to harvest the pixions with a bowl, those little dingling, sparkly lights. This is the bowls they're talking about. Stone bowls and diamond bowls is how you do it, but we'll bring that up later. So, there's the backpacks, which we made, but I wanted to see if I could make the satchel. You can. Okay, the satchel's pretty easy to craft. You just need 1 of the backpacks, 4 more of the woven cloth, and then 4 lead, and it makes a satchel. However, the satchel sucks. It only has 1 row of storage in it. So when I made one, I was disappointed for a moment. And then I was like, this can be upgraded, can't it? Well, yeah, it can be. You can upgrade the satchel basic to the satchel hardened by combining it with 3 tin nuggets and 2 invar. The satchel hardened can be upgraded to satchel reinforced with 3 invar nuggets and 2 electrum. The reinforced can be upgraded to signalum with 3 electrum nuggets and 2 signalum. And the signalum backpack can be upgraded to the resonant one with 3 signalum nuggets and indirium ingots. And the resonant is as high as it goes, doesn't go any higher than that. So, I thought, okay, can I upgrade them all the way? Now, the reason I wanted to upgrade them all the way was these can actually be enchanted. You can enchant these. They are enchantable. And the enchantment is holding, tiers 1 through 4. So if you enchant it, it'll hold even more stuff. Now, I wanted the backpacks to be enchanted to the highest tier so I would have the most carrying space, right? That's logical. But I also knew that, realistically, I didn't want to enchant the lower tier backpacks because then I would lose the enchantment if I consumed the backpack to upgrade to higher tiers. So I wanted to see if I could upgrade them. Invar is pretty easy. Molten Invar is just nickel and iron, which we had. I went ahead and made some, right? Not that big of a deal. Electrum is just gold and silver mixed together, also not that big of a deal. In equal proportions, 1 silver and 1 gold equals 2 electrum. The signalum is... Remind me again, how did we make this? We did make it. Oh wait, I think we made it with the dust is what we did. Right, this is what we did. The Signalum blend from Thermal Foundation is made by combining 3 copper dust, 1 silver dust, and then a bucket of destabilized redstone, which you can find destabilized redstone ore underground, and when you break it, it turns into a fluid that spills everywhere like water. That's what destabilized redstone is, so it's not that hard to find. So I was able to make Signalum blend by combining silver, copper, and redstone, destabilized redstone in a bucket. And then 1 signalum blend can be melted into 1 ingot's worth, right? So that's how I got the signalum ingots. Now, that was the easy part, getting them up to the signalum tier. The hard part was the resonant tier, because resonant tier wanted indirium, Now, Enderium is kind of the same. Enderium is made from Enderium Blend. The Enderium Blend is 3 lead, 1 platinum, and then Resonant Ender. Now, the lead's not the problem. It's the platinum and the Resonant Ender. Now, I'll address the Resonant Ender first. Resonant Ender is just melted ender pearls. And in case there's anyone who didn't know, because I think there's actually probably a lot of people who don't know, realistically. You can pipe fluids and stuff around in immersive engineering. You can do that. You can connect pipes to your Tinker's tanks and your Tinker's smelteries, and you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah, I know you want to fight me. Come here, Sasquatch. Get out of here. Go moan somewhere else. But you can also, if you need a bucket of a fluid, instead of bothering with some kind of pipe setup like what I have here, you can just do this. You can just put an empty bucket on one of the casting tables and then fill it. And that works too. It'll give you a bucket of whatever's inside. The Tinker's Book doesn't tell you that. It doesn't. And I'm not entirely sure why, because it's kind of important. But I think a lot of people don't know that you can just put a bucket on the casting table and fill it. So melting ender pearls and making that was not hard. Now, the platinum was the hard part. I'm going to show you the kind of mining that I did. The reason I did all this mining, by the way, is I was looking for Abyssionite, and I actually found enough. We have 13 ore, and remember, the ore doubles when you melt it in the Tinker's Smeltery, so that's actually 26. So we actually do have enough to make the Tinker's armor. I'm not going to do it until we get to the Nether, because I think we're going to find some new ores and materials there, and I'm going to want to make the armor out of that. But we do have enough raw Abyssionite now that we could theoretically make the stuff. Let me go to Shadowlands Mine Bottom and show you the kind of clownery that I've engaged in. That's right, we are at the bottom of the world. Check out that Y level, that Z level, 7. See this down here? That's bedrock. That's the bottom of the world, baby. Look at that. I didn't go all the way width, but I did go all the way in terms of length down there. And then I did it up here, going all the way. And then I did down here too. I started going all the way. You may wonder, well, for what? Well, check it out. I went all the way across from where I am over here, all the way over to here. Why, you may ask? Well, check the map. This is the width of the Shadowlands biome right here, and that's the width of the tunnel too. If I hadn't found enough, I was intending to start going down this way and then down this way to try and see if I could get more Abyssionite, but that wasn't necessary. Now, I'm saying this to give you context. Okay, I did all of this off screen entirely because of the hammer. The hammer is the reason I was able to do this. Being able to mine in a 3x3 is a very, very, very big deal, honestly. Just being able to do this. The mining goes so much faster because I can do that. I found 1 platinum. 1. And the game will actually tell you platinum. If we look at it, where are you? Really rare in the overworld, more common in the end, crush some nickel. Okay, and you can actually see in the crusher, if we crush, let me pull that up. If we were to crush, oh man, no, we're not going through all 80 of that. Okay, if we were to crush nickel, there's a 10% chance of getting pulverized platinum, which can be turned into an ingot of platinum. So he's right. The pack is correct. If you really need platinum, put nickel in an immersive engineering crusher. I found 1 platinum ore. Now, if you put platinum ore in a squeezer, which we can make a squeezer. I'll show you. one platinum ore in a squeezer, which is from Integrated Dynamics. You jump up and down on it. It's a block of iron, 4 sticks, 2 wood, and an iron ingot. You jump up and down on it. Squeezes, flattens, and crushes by jumping on it. You redstone pulse it to reset it. Okay. This allows some really basic labor-intensive doubling or quadrupling of resources. By crushing the platinum, I was able to get 2 pulverized platinum. Okay. Which was enough for me to make 4 Enderium blend. Okay, so essentially I had exactly enough to fully upgrade 4 satchels to resonant. I couldn't do the 5th one. So what I did was I kept the 5th one as where I just keep my tools. This is where I put my tools now. Is just in this normal backpack satchel. And the resonant backpacks are for mass storage of things. Like this is the building blocks I was using to craft my new base. It's also got some junk in here too. But let's just go ahead and home before we get jumped by something unpleasant down here. But that's how rare platinum is. You may not be able to replicate my feat if you're playing along. I think I got super lucky finding the 1 platinum. I wasn't even looking for it. I found it and picked it up at some point while I was looking for Abyssal Knight and didn't think twice about it. And you know, it is what it is. So I had enough to make 4 of these, and then I used vanilla enchanting to enchant them so they all have holding 4, which is why they're so massive. So that is what these backpacks are. They're quite useful. If you can get your hands on a platinum, I suggest you try and go for them. But you do need at least 1 platinum to be able to make them. They are quite rare. Now then, let's check and see if our shadow stuff is done, and then let me show you the base tour. Let me give you a tour of the base that I've made. Are you done over there? Maybe? It's an Enderman. He just disappeared. He's gone. Did he? Or is he? Oh no, he just teleported. There's a headless man over there. Anyway. Are we good? Ooh, we're not good. We are going to run out of coal coke before we can make all the Shadowsteel. That's not good. That's really bad, actually. I'm going to need more. Okay, so, tell you what. Let's go ahead and do the base tour real quick. I'll show you what I've built. So let's go back to Thumb House. And then we will go around real quick and we'll hit all of the villages and make sure I've scraped them clean to make sure I've already looted everything that can be looted that might give it. So I stole the aesthetic of this building because I thought it looked cool, and I made a little hobbit house out of it. This hill is partially artificial. I built it up using dirt. I just made a dome of dirt. It's not terribly realistic looking, but it's realistic enough looking. And I made this little hobbit house in it. Now, this is also, by the way, a mega torch from Torchmaster. They're rather expensive. They cost 2 gold blocks to make, but they kill all hostile spawns in a very large area around them. So I considered it a worthwhile investment to make one and put it out here in the front. And these doors are made by Molasses Doors, in case you want to... in case you're curious. I was checking for decorations and things I could use. Large spruce double doors is just made by combining 4 spruce doors together. It's pretty simple. So, this is what I put together. We've got, don't worry about that lantern. I was experimenting with lighting sources because I didn't want to just use torches, but as far as I can tell, most of the nice light sources require glowstone, which we need to go to the nether for that, so I'm kind of stuck with torches for now. This is my bedroom, but it is not done yet. It is still under construction. When it is nighttime, I will... Oh, I can set my spawn even when it's not asleep. That must be a mod that's letting me do that. This isn't done, but this is going to be my bedroom. That's a really crappy fireplace. Ignore it. It's not done yet. It's not done. Don't look at it. It's hideous. And these fancy balustrades and stuff are made from Architecture Craft, by the way, which is, I think... Yeah, I've moved it. I'll show you how to make those later. But I made this little foyer. The foyer with a little fountain. This door goes nowhere, currently. But I've decided, because normally in a lot of the bases I've done, I don't make a nice base. I consider this to be a pretty nice base. I think this looks pretty okay. I want to color code the areas, so I think all of the magic is going to be in this section of the base, and it's going to be diorite and dark oak, so it's going to be dark wood with light stone, right? Whereas the industrial zone is over here, although it's not very full yet, and it's made of pale wood, birch, and granite, which is this reddish stone. And again, digging all this out was a breeze because I have the hammer and the excavator, which is essentially the hammer but for soft blocks. This excavator. The excavator, the hammer digs in a 3x3, but it only digs hard blocks like stone. The excavator is the inverse of that. It also digs in a 3x3, but it can't dig hard blocks. It can only dig sand, gravel, and dirt. So having the excavator and the hammer made this pretty simplistic to make. This wasn't that big of a deal. Anyway, I have evolved my chickens in the sense that I was doing a really vanilla Minecrafty way of just putting them on top of a hopper and having them fenced in so the chicken would lay. But it's pretty easy to make these nesting pens from hatchery. Okay. Here we go. You just take an egg nest, which is 3 hay bales, and then you surround it on all sides by wood except the top to make a nesting pen. And what this does is it has its own internal inventory, and I also made some wooden hoppers. Wooden hoppers are identical to metal hoppers from vanilla Minecraft. Where are we? I know I have some. Don't you play this game with me. Ah, here we go. I'll show you. So the vanilla Minecraft hopper has 5 slots in it. The wooden hopper is much cheaper. It doesn't cost any iron to craft, but it only has 1 slot. So it has a massively decreased throughput. But if you just need a bunch of cheap hoppers, the wooden hopper is a good choice for that. So I just have them laying, and then each of the species, the sand chickens, the log chickens, and the emerald chickens, it all just funnels into one of these barrels. These guys are making emeralds, as you can see. These guys are making extra eggs, feathers, and sand, and these guys are making chicken manures, feathers, and logs. And I've already hatched up some of the new bone white chickens, so let me go ahead and put these guys on their pens so you can start producing. And these guys make bone meal. Okay, and we still need 2 of the bone meal chickens. Go ahead and start these 2 guys up. Okay. So, this is pretty much the whole thing. I moved everything over here. This is where we're going to be doing stuff for now. This is the fluid tank that has all my destabilized redstone in it. And Architecture Craft, the way this works, in case you've not ever seen Architecture Craft, just to give an example, let me take some of these spruce logs, is you have these different shapes, roofing, rounded, classical, with like capitals and cornices and cornice bottoms, the windows, frames, corners, and mullions. You've got these arches that you can make, the railings, there's normal ones and fancy ones. And then there's like these cladding, slabs, stairs, outer corner, etc. What you do is you take any block and you put it in here, and then it will tell you, like, let's say I want some of these angled roofs. Well, 1 spruce planks makes 2 roof tile cut from spruce wood planks, right? And I could make roof outer corners, or gable overhang, or, you know, I could make one of these, the triglyphs, or the architrave corners, right? Or spruce window frame, or, you know, spruce railing. right? Fancy corner balustrade. So that's how I made that. I've never actually used Architecture Craft in any of my builds, so since I had a big staircase in the middle of my base, I kind of wanted to do it at least once, just to see what it looked like. I don't think it looks that bad. I don't know if I'll do it elsewhere, and it may also not be a permanent fixture. I might get rid of this at some point. I think it looks okay, though. It looks pretty good. It looks very fancy. But anyway, it seems as though we are not going to have enough, unfortunately. We're not going to have enough of the coal coke. I was worried about that. It looks like it's going to take more than just what I have. So let's go ahead and let's go around, actually, and see what we can find. But before we do that, there is one more thing we need to do that I wanted to do on stream. I want to do it as a recording, okay? Which is, let's get started with Electroblobs, because we're about to stage up the world. And while I have this shield, I suspect the shield's eventually going to not be the best. I can't keep relying on just the shield. So here in this barrel, which I've helpfully labeled with a crystal, is all of the enchanted stuff. So let's go ahead and take all of the novice spells that we have. Novice. Ooh, we have a master spell. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize we had one. We have 2 master spells. Okay. And then scroll of identification. So the way Electroblobs works is you have a wand. Okay. The wand has to be charged with magic crystals, which put mana in the wand. And then you assign spells to the wand. Now, I could do this blind. I can. But it's not advised that you do, because you may not know what it is that the spell does. We use scrolls of identification to identify unknown spells or scrolls. Once we have something where we know what it is, we can apply the spell to the wand, and then we can charge the wand with magic crystals, and then we can go around and cast the spells until we run out of the charges, and we have to bring it back and recharge it with more magic crystals. So let's go ahead and use these scrolls of identification. I bought these from a wizard. I think he wanted crystals and emeralds for them. Fortunately, we're kind of post-emeralds at this point. We're making them slowly but surely. So the emeralds weren't a big deal, but I did give him a lot of crystals for these. We're just going to go ahead and start using these. Nothing to identify. Okay, interesting. Or wait, no, because it only identifies things on your hotbar. So we have Thunderbolt, we have Telekinesis, and we have Zam. I don't know what that is. Arc, Muffle, nothing to identify. Oh, right, because Magic Missile is defaulted, by the way. You always know what Magic Missile is. It's like the Babby's very, very first spell. Smoke Bomb and Snowball. Okay. Nice, Smoke Bomb and Snowball. Now, we could, in addition to this, we could also decrypt some of the apprentice spells. The way wands work, by the way, is you see the wand is, it's currently crappy. It's a novice tier wand. Wand of the Forest gives a bonus to earth spells, but the way it works is it isn't a wand that can only cast earth spells. It's just a wand that's better at earth spells, okay? However, the restriction is this novice apprentice, you know, advanced master system, right? A wand can only have equipped spells on it that are equal or lower to its level, which means a novice wand can only equip novice type spells, whereas the only wand that can equip master spells is a master wand, and it can also equip any other spell too, because it's a master tier. So to level up your wand, you have to do things with the wand, and this bar will fill up, and then once it's full, we can apply an upgrade to it to upgrade it to the next tier. So the wand gains XP, essentially. In theory, we should probably use these 6 remaining scrolls on, I don't know, the apprentice scrolls since they're coming up. But I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I want to know what these 2 master spells are because it's kind of lucky that we have them. Frost Form and Flame Catcher. Okay, interesting. Don't know what either of those 2 do, but that's okay. And let's go, I think Apprentice is the next one. 1, 2, 3... Firebomb, Ice Shard, Frost Sigil, Heal Ally. Okay, so we identified all of those. Let's go ahead and put, I guess, Thunderbolt maybe? We'll put Thunderbolt on our wand. Telekinesis is not that great. I don't know what Zam does. We'll put it on the wand just to try and figure it out. Snowball is pretty crappy, I think. Smoke bomb kind of sucks. Muffle. Magic missile also kind of sucks. Arc. Actually, you know what? Instead of snowball, I'll take arc. Because I think snowball just throws a snowball at somebody, which isn't that great. But the others are pretty good. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this not how we do it? Oh, it is how we do it. Excuse me. Or actually, let's just put Thunderbolt on it for now. Okay. There we go. Now we have Thunderbolt on one of the slots. Okay. I'm going to sneeze, and I apologize. Oh, excuse me. So, if we put these books away, and by the way, the books can be infinitely reused. The scrolls are one-time use only. That's the difference. So, now that we have Wand of the Forest, we can crouch and scroll through, as you can see down in the corner. The press numpad for resources is kind of in the way, unfortunately, but you can scroll through all the different spells you have by sneaking and then using your scroll wheel on your mouse. So Thunderbolt shoots a Thunderbolt. Boom. And as you can see, that bar is slowly going down. We're spending mana to cast that spell. So I think we should probably start taking the wand with us and fighting people with it, just because I really need to start upgrading this wand. We need to start working on a wand to upgrade. We can worry about getting specific kinds of wands later, but we just sort of need a wand at a higher level to start casting these better spells. Now then, let's go ahead, and it is still nighttime, I think. Let's go up to my new bedroom and sleep the night away. And then let's do a quick sweep of all of the towns that I've been to and see if we can find any more coal coke. Okay. Gotta fix that hole in the floor. As much as the torches hanging off the walls and stuff was kind of a compromise, I don't hate it. Let's go ahead and do... oh, I don't know. Can we just straight up teleport there? I'm worried that might frag me into the ground. That is a valid concern, it would seem. Let's try edit. Let's go up to like Y level 73. Ouch. There we go. Let's go ahead and delete that hole. We'll just pretend that that didn't happen. Remove. You can telefrag yourself using custom markers that you jump blindly to, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's check and see. Oh, this is the town that has the Greater Crimson Portal outside of it. I forgot about this. This is why I didn't do anything to this place. This place literally has a Crimson Portal in town. It is right here, and I'm being jumped by ancient golems. We're not going to do anything to that portal yet. I might deal with that off screen. I don't know, but you can see it over there. This is what we were looking for, though. You see how the hammer is here? You also see these wooden storage crates. This is what we're looking for. Okay, I may have already blown through here. I don't know. I think I already took this stuff. It looks like I did, because there's nothing in any of these storage crates. I don't suppose... no, you're a butcher. You wouldn't sell it. I wonder if we can find an NPC who sells coal coke. There's probably an immersive engineering NPC. This is forestry stuff, or Tech Reborn, sap, rubber saplings, etc. You need rubber trees to get rubber in Tech Reborn, which is why that's there. Is there like a... you're a sage. Are you from any kind of particular mod? No, you're not. That dude looks like he might... no, that's Crystallizer. That's from that other tech mod. There's a Nitwit. There's a Druid. There's a Druid. I don't want to go too close to the portal, because I don't know if these things... Entity, Villager, Alchemist... I don't know if any of these dudes are... Gunsmith. Okay, but he doesn't sell any of the coal coke. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I wasn't exactly expecting it. Okay. So we've already been here. Let's go ahead and just mark this as, I don't know, Crimson Village. We'll call this Crimson Village. Crimson Village. There we go. And I'll make it a bright bloody red. Alright, let's go... Where's the next village? Down south? Well, there's one dead down south. Okay, we'll head straight south to try and find this. That is a giant... I used to not understand why the journey map has the ability to turn all of its icons off, but if you really use it to explore and mark points of interest, like, there is kind of a virtue, I think, in turning the visual icons off, because it just looks like the horizon's getting raped by, like, rainbow pylons. It's not a great look. It's very disconcerting to see. I kind of wish there was a toggle all button for that. There might be. Is there like a... Oh, there is. I can turn them all off. Okay, there you go. There is a toggle all button. I just hadn't noticed it. That looks a lot cleaner. Doesn't that look nicer? Without the horizon getting raped by the graphical user's interface. Just... My eyes! Ah! Okay. Ouch. Oh, and I kind of want to show you, by the way, these glistening Pixions. I want you to see how this works. So, I made the Diamond Bowl, but you can't use the Diamond Bowl until you've gained XP from harvesting it with a Stone Bowl. What you do is you just walk up to it, the Pixion loses health, and you gain these glistening infusion stones. Is how this works. And I think, since the Pixions, like, respawn, you should just, like, milk them dry. There doesn't seem to be any reason not to. The reason I don't use the diamond one is the diamond one is easier to make because you can get diamonds pretty easily. The stone is harder to get, but you can't use the diamond one until you've leveled up the skill. Harvesting this stuff from Pixions is a skill in Advent of Ascension. The stone bowl is made from this ancient rock. Build a full portal frame, including the 5 carved runes, to make an ancient teleporter. It's found in the overworld. And you can do a bunch of different stuff. You can make some kind of teleportation thing with it, but I haven't done that yet. I haven't found any in the mines. There's only one place I found that has it, and there's an NPC that sells it. I've only found one of them, but I will show you, like, where he is, where I found him. I'll show you what you're looking for. I think I've been to this one already as well, because it looks like there's nothing in here. Yeah, let me just take all these so I know that it's gone. Thought so. Okay. Let's tilt a bit and go this way, because this is where the next one is. We'll check this next village, and then I will show you the NPC who sells that stone. It's not bad. It's pretty cheap. You buy it with those coins that everything drops, the Advent of Ascension like currency. He was selling several of the carved runes, as well as quite a bit of the stone. Since I don't think you can find the stone like in the ground, I just bought all of the stone I have from him, and I marked him on my map so I can go back. Wow. Holy crap, magic is great! I just wrecked those dudes. That did so much damage to them, jeez. Oh, that's cute. Ah, he's out of range. Your spell has longer reach than mine, but mine is much more potent. It's not about length, kid. It's about girth. Anyway. Definitely going to start fighting people with the wand to level that up. That's pretty good. A sage, a druid. I don't think I did much with this place. Yeah, this place is... that one's buried. The crystallizer is selling stuff from actually additions. Yeah, get dunked on, you nerd. Is there one in this village? Hello? I know I just got finished saying there's one in every village, but there might not be one here. There was an Actually Additions house, but I'm not seeing one with the brick roof. You guys definitely have an oil spill outside of your village, though. I'll come back and talk to you guys about this later, I suspect. Yeah, I don't think they have one. They do have a smithy, though. I will check the smithy to see what they've got in here, but I don't think they have an immersive engineering building. I've already been in here at some point. I took their stuff. Okay. Alrighty then. I don't think this place has a has one. And yeah, you can see this is what the brick building roof looks like. There isn't one here. Okay. Okay. So the next place to check is probably gonna be. Was there one down here? Because down here, this is like where the wizard was who had the wand for sale, by the way. Okay, this is super deep. I was afraid down here because this is well into the territory where dragons can spawn. I didn't want to go too deep into this place, although there are some pretty interesting biomes. I don't think we ever ran into a village down there, so we might honestly just be out of luck, boys. I don't know. Let me see. Do we have anything near the Darklands village? But I marked that place, so we almost certainly cleared it out. And that village marker is literally inside the house, so I'm certain I cleaned that out too. We may just straight up not have enough. I thought we would have enough. I thought today was going to be the day where I'd make the book on stream, but it looks like that's not happening. Let's go ahead and go to Darklands Village. It is the pink one. I'm gonna double check it, but I'm not very encouraged by it. I don't think it's actually here. Yeah, see, this icon is literally inside of this place. The machinist, you're an immersive engineering guy, but you're just selling gun parts. Maybe it would be worth it to bring emeralds to you and buy like stuff I don't need to see if I can level you up enough to get. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. Let me do that real fast. Let me get out of here first off. The hunt for blood has begun. The ground bathes in the pearly light of the moon. Oh no. Not participating in that, thank you. Thumbhouse. By the way, I did rebind my keys to figure out what that stuff is doing. Press it for resources. I'll show you that as soon as we get inside. If you do this, Advent of Ascension, check this out. It explains everything, right? We've got alchemy, anima, augury, butchery, creation, engineering, expedition, extraction, foraging, hauling, hunter, infusion, innervation, logging, and ruination. There's a bestiary that has a list that auto-generates of like everything in the whole thing, along with little blurbs of information about them. What to do first, and then there's all these information about events and things that'll happen, like the full moon, which just happened. The ground bathes in the pearly light of the moon. Beware the full moon, a time when strange creatures begin to appear. During full moons, dangerous creatures will spawn into the moonlight. These creatures are more powerful than normal monsters you can encounter, so unless you're well set out, you might want to avoid them. Blah, blah, blah. It tells you everything about Advent of Ascension. It's just a little in-game tutorial. Anyway, let's get some emeralds and see if it's possible to just pay that dude. I wanna level his things and see if he'll just sell me coal coke if I can advance his trades a bit. Because I get the feeling I have already swept the vast majority of the map that we've seen so far clean. I'll take these blocks of emeralds. We have quite a few emeralds, and then I'll take what you guys are selling as well. Thank you. 2 stacks of emeralds. We'll see if he's got anything decent for sale. Hopefully he is selling the coal coke. Hopefully it is something that is up for a trade. If not, I'll be sad. It's not that big of a deal. We are literally manufacturing emeralds for free. We're making it out of thin air now, but... Okay. Let's go to... village. Okay. You are an outfitter. Immersive engineering. Ooh, you might be the guy, actually, to buy stuff from, because I don't have engineer wire cutters from you. What a deal. I'll buy some low voltage coils from you as well. And let's wait, because you're going to level up, right? You're going to smoke? Yeah, you're going to level up. You're the... Ooh, Steel Forger. You might be the guy. Coal Coke. Oh, wait. He'll buy it. Oh, you'll... This is the guy, I think, who might be able to do it. Because I would need to sell him charcoal or sell him iron. Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm sorry. You're not being allowed to go anywhere. I apologize. This dude needs... hang on. This guy might be the one we talk to. I might be able to get away with this on this episode, on this stream, if we do this right. Hang on. We don't need low voltage wire coils, by the way, yet. We will eventually. It's electric cables for immersive engineering. It's how you connect machines to each other. You got to run cabling. I'm just buying stuff from these guys to see if any of them will come up with a trade where they will give me what I want. Go ahead and take the wire cutters and that off of my hands, please. Give me... Give me some iron. And... we had charcoal, didn't we? Yeah, we do. Give me some charcoal. I'll sell you charcoal. I'll absolutely sell you charcoal, actually. And let's go ahead and do this, because I've been making charcoal on the side. I also made some bricks. Let me go ahead and put the bricks away. And let me go ahead and see if these log chickens are paying some dividends already. They are. Let me go ahead and do this. Throw half in there, half in there, half in there, half in there. That's another 120 something charcoal when that's done cooking. Let's go back and sell some stuff to this guy and see if he will wizard us up some coal coke. Let's see if this guy will do it. Hello, Steel Forger. Yeah, take all my stuff, please. You're going to think about it. You're going to level up. You got to glow. Okay, he can make steel. I can give him an emerald and an iron to make steel. He sells steel. Ground blast furnace slag. It's not anything that I need. Come on, man. And I guess since I don't have enough to just sell him iron, I'll just have him convert this into steel as well as a transaction, just to put more transactions on him. Let him think about that for a minute. Steel Forger, are you gonna sell me coal coke? Steel gears. Darn. Okay. Okay. You stay there, please. Yeah, you can try. Toolsmith, but you're just vanilla stuff. You might be the one, the machinist might be the one to do it. Hang on. And you're a structural engineer? Right, he's just selling increasingly complex, like, voltages and things. The trackman is, like, railcraft? Right. The electrician... I don't know. Maybe the trackman might do it, because the trackman is... He'll buy coal coke. Like, will you... Ooh. Well, we've got railroad tracks now if we need it. Will you... One-way track kit. Activator track kit. No. Okay. I don't think it's going to be structural engineering. It's not going to be the electrician either, I suspect. I think it's going to be the outfitter? Oh, he sells shaders. That's cute. No thanks. There was a guy who was doing it, who looked like he might be the one to sell it. Alright. What is ground blast furnace slag even used for? It's used to make cement in railcraft. Okay. No thanks, don't care about that. I guess I'll just straight up buy steel from you just to see if I can evolve you one more time. Just think about it. Still no. He's still just like free shrugs all day. Just shrugs. This is a bit frustrating. I might have to do this off screen too, which would be a bit disappointing if I did. Still no. He's not going to give it to me, I think, unfortunately. Okay, that's disappointing. I don't want to blow all of my emeralds away on him, but he was sort of my hope right there. You feel the wind carry beneath your feet. Oh boy, I can sprint super fast for 5 seconds for no good reason. When you do things that the gods like, sometimes they give you random boosts out of nowhere for free, including super sprint. We'll go ahead and put the steel away. Okay. So, Alright then. It looks like we don't have a whole lot of choice. We might have to just go beat some battle towers and see if we can make it drop from something, because I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of choices here. I thought for sure we'd be able to do this. Maybe I should have tried to cook one just to see how long it would take off screen before I committed to this, but we've checked all the places on the map that I've unlocked, that I've seen, that we've been to. So I guess our choices are, we could either try and explore and find a new village, or alternatively, we could attempt to knock over a battle tower and gamble and see if the battle tower will have anything. There's a ton of stuff like down here I haven't even looked at. Watchtower Blast Brick. We could either go down into this area and search here, or we could go here and start going sideways off into this area and see what's over here. I kind of feel like maybe we should go Watchtower Blast Brick and just start exploring, maybe. See if we can find another... Although the sun is setting. Let's actually, since it's right here, let's go ahead and go up this battle tower and see if there's anything in here to be found. Is that something with a swords over it? No, it's just a sand sphinx. I think that X, it's like an X over an arrow or a gun. I think that means it's immune to guns. Gunfire won't hurt it, I think, is what that specifically means. Sphinxes are immune to bullets. Oh, and I did find out what this means, by the way. This is actually, these things, if you press this button, it summons a deep trader who wants digital organic currency, and he trades it for like crazy advanced stuff. But this is like for way later. Like, there's no way to even try and craft that. So let's go ahead and let's go through this battle tower actually real fast, since it's right here. It's literally right here. So let's go ahead and go through it then. Man, there is like... Okay, so it looks like this is just... I was wondering if maybe the bottom layer had been buried, but no, this is just a shallow battle tower is all. It doesn't appear as though anything is there. That dude was going for the trader. Unfortunately for him, I'm a wizard and I got magic. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Man, magic is great. Let's go ahead and take one of these and replace it with one of the empty backpacks. We'll go ahead and just start filling this up with all of the crap that we don't need. Man, that wand hits like a truck. Unfortunately, I can already tell a pretty major weakness of it, which is I can't block while I'm holding the wand in my hand because the... Oh, he's carrying like a trick-or-treat basket. That dude always blows up the top treasure chest. I never even get to see what's in it. By the way, I keep this satchel because it got enchanted with Tombstone Soulbound, which means you respawn with it. It doesn't leave your inventory. I never get to see what's in the top of the chests. He always appears and starts blowing it up before I ever get to see what's in the top. It's very depressing. It's very irritating, too. I don't like that. I don't like that he does that. Gonna be honest, I don't feel like I'm a big fan of the battle towers. I just don't like them. I don't like that the top chest gets nuked immediately, and that's just all there is to it. You don't even get to see what's in it. Screw you. I don't like a dungeon that blows up its own loot out of spite. That's just really rude. I'm not a fan. I don't like battle towers. This is just silly. I do not like it, Sam. I am. Not with green eggs, not with ham. And I still have yet to see what's in the top of one of those chests, because he always throws a fit and starts, like, throwing hands before I even get up there. I never get to see what's in the top of the chest. The top chest. Ever. There was, like, something blue on the floor that I saw for a split second. Screw you, though. You don't get it. It's not for you. I sure hope there's not anything important and progress required at the top of any of these battle towers, because it's probably gotten blown up several times by now. Anyway, I'm done being salty. Let's just go. It sure is a shame there's like no, I don't know, decorative coal coke blocks being used in this structure. That would be awfully convenient, wouldn't it? And the sun is already setting. What on earth are you, sand golem? Let's go ahead and go back to Thumb House. Let's grab some food. And let's sleep on this. It is the one weakness of the wand, is that I can't block with the Tinker's Shield while also casting with it. Kind of disappointing. I've scrolled right past it. Okay. Let's go exploring. there's a very stubborn part of me that wants to challenge that battle tower and see what's in the top chest. Just go for it. Just send it. I feel like that's poor game design, to be brutally honest with you. I just feel straight up like that's just it. There should be a delay or something before he shows up. Or the chest should be indestructible, right? And so he can't just blow it up with his opening salvo. That seems really rude. Because there's plenty of mods that add, like, the loot, put a dungeon in the chest that the loot's in, the loot is indestructible, right? The chest can't be broken until the boss is dead, like, it's just invincible. The Aether is a good example of that, honestly. Which is in this pack, funnily enough. The Aether mod is a good example of that. Okay, this is one of those graveyards from Whatsits. We can see the chests here. I don't know if there's anything here of value, but we'll take everything and see. Nice redstone house, you dweebs. I think this is meant to represent some kind of robot that they're building in their attic. I think that's what this is supposed to be, because I think these are supposed to be legs and arms, and this is like the face. Although, there is a village here. And I don't see an immersive engineering building there, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It could be hidden by the hill. I do see a smithy, though. Ooh, these guys are growing hops using the Benny's extra like growing sticks thing. That's neat. Thanks for the jam guy. Machinist is buying coal coke. but no one's selling it. Maybe it'd be worth it to go after another battle tower. I don't know. I know the coal coke can be found in the villages in those things because I've seen it there. But I guess that doesn't necessarily mean, like, is that the only place it can be found? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question. I kind of feel like maybe we should knock over another battle tower just to see what falls out of it. Maybe that's not the worst play. I'm definitely going for that top chest, though. Yeah, I think we'll knock over that battle tower and then we'll call it for here. That's a little bit depressing. I was kind of hoping we would have enough and I could use the book now on this episode, but it looks like the Alien Materials Manual is going to have to wait. Let's go ahead and go knock over that battle tower. We will see what's at the top. I am going all the way to the top of this one. have seen that one coming. Actually, let me go repair my sign real fast. Battle return in bright whites. There we go. By the way, you may be able to tell by looking at them, but I have replaced all of the iron on my tools with steel. The reason is because steel's just better, which makes sense. You may be wondering how I did it. The answer is you don't necessarily need a blast furnace to make steel. Steel is made in several of the mods in this pack, and Tinker's Construct can make steel as well. However, the method through which Tinker's Construct makes steel is dramatically less efficient than Immersive Engineering. Immersive Engineering steel, 1 coal coke is enough to make 3 steel ingots. In Tinker's Construct, I think you need like 4 coal to make 1 steel. But you make it exactly the way you would suspect you would, which is you melt iron in the smeltery, and then you put coal in the smeltery too. But it takes multiple pieces of coal to make a single steel ingot. Son of a... Come on. We're doing this again, huh? So the Tinker's Construct way of making it is less coal efficient by a mile. It's really inefficient, but it does let you make it in bulk. That's where I got the 2 stacks of steel from that were in the repair table. Is I just sacrificed the coal necessary to make it the Tinker's Construct way. Immersive Engineering way is better though. Oh, that's death. If I didn't catch the lip of that, I would have died. Whenever I try and do something that preserves the loot, I die. Yeah, that's... Okay. I'm afraid going towards the box. Let me explain my reasoning here. I'm afraid going towards the... Are you kidding me? I'm getting damage. I could frag myself into a wall, of course. I'm afraid if I go near the box to try and open it or break it to get what's inside, he's just going to throw a fireball at me and kill me. Which is exactly what's going to happen, right? But if I try and fight him on the stairway away from the box so it doesn't get blown up, he just throws me off the tower and I die of fall damage. Like, I don't know what I need to do. I do not know what I need to do in a battle tower to get the treasure chest on the top. I don't know what the play is to stop this. I don't. I do not like not being able to just... I feel like if I go to the trouble of going through a battle tower, if I spend the time and resources to do it, I should be able to get the loot. In the Aether mod, if you kill the boss, like what it is it's just a locked chest you can't get into. And if you kill the boss, he drops the key that you can use. You can left click on the chest to unlock it, and then you can get what's inside. I feel like it's a way better system than whatever the heck this is. This is just stupid. This is dumb. The more I'm exposed to the battle towers in the battle, because there's a mod that specifically adds these, the battle tower mod. The more I'm exposed to this, the more I don't like them. This is just silly. It's a very dumb way to deliver loot. It's not intuitive at all. I think if I break this, he's going to throw a temper tantrum. I'm very sure he will. Son of a... I swear I hate battle towers so much. Yeah, screw this. Screw this. I don't know what's at the top of battle towers, and I don't care. It's none of my business what's up there. This is a terrible way to deliver loot. It just sucks. It's just bad. Whoever thought that they were a genius 5,000 IQ like dungeon builder when they were making these as a challenge, you're not as smart as you think you are. I have yet to see what's in the top of one of these things. I saw it again for a second. That chest got blown up, but I saw something fly out of it, and then it's gone. It's just gone. You don't get to play. You don't get to play the video game. You don't get to have fun. Alright. I'll figure out how to get more coal coke eventually. And I don't know. Maybe I'll just start trying to cheat the battle towers as aggressively as I can. Maybe... I know there's like slime slingshots that can shoot... You can shoot yourself up really high. And there's something in... There's a thing you can make that's like a glider, which is essentially like a bootleg elytra. Maybe what I need to do is I need to just start skipping the battle towers. Maybe I just need to Just fly up there, grab the chest, and leave. Just cheese the whole thing. Just don't even play. Because if the battle tower's not going to play fair, why should I? I'll just take the loot and leave like a thief in the night. Because why should I be bothered to give the battle tower the time of day? I don't know. I'm feeling a little salty, to be honest with you. I'm feeling more than a little bit salty about that. That just, I don't know what you're supposed to do to be able to get that chest. That chest is just, it is guarded by a trigger-happy psychopath who shoots explosions out of his face. The chest is not explosion-proof. This platform is quite small. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what they want from me. So, I'll tell you what, though. Maybe we should go, before we end this stream, let's hit up... Ooh, Howler. You're pretty spooky looking, aren't you? Let's go see if we can beat up some of the wizards that'll appear in this circle, because this is like a... By the way, these guys, the scarecrows, that torch stops hostile mobs from spawning, but you notice something really weird about these guys? They're not listed as hostile. They have a green health bar. And I think if you look at them in JEI, you see the dot that's chasing me? Like, he's gray. He's not red. And I think that's, yeah, you see the dot over there that's chasing me. If you look at the minimap, you see the dot that's circling me. I don't know why, but for some reason, the scarecrows can spawn inside the radius of the Megatorch, but I think it's because they're tagged as not being hostile, which is nonsense. Anyone who can clearly see me getting jumped by the scarecrows, but they are one of the mobs that seems to be able to spawn inside of that, and it's one of the reasons that Megatorch isn't completely foolproof. Apparently, some enemies are not classified as enemies for whatever reason. Oh, their magic just kills me. Okay, good to know. They hit so hard. I regret all of this. I regret almost everything I've done. This has just been an evening of disappointment. Let's see if I can kill one before I get chucked. Jeez. They just throw goofy little magic tricks out until one of them decides to hit me with a real spell, and I get absolutely clapped. I don't suppose there's coal coke in this chest, is there? I can't imagine there would be. I got carved rune of space from from the tower. Now this is creatures killed by ice spells release ice shards in all directions. Ooh, that's neat. Upgrades any advanced wand to a master wand. Ooh, that's going to be useful much later. That'll allow us to make a master wand. So that was kind of worth it. I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut the recording here. I think we have fought so long, and we've tried so hard, but in the end it didn't even really matter. I think we'll go and check and see how much... I think I put 12, didn't I? Was it 12 or 11 of the coal coke in the oven? Let's see how much that got us, and then we will cut this, because I don't think that's going to be enough going by the progress that we saw. I'm very certain it won't be. So I think we're going to need to find some more. I might do it off camera again, just go exploring, maybe knock over more battle towers, try and see if I can figure out a way to get into that top chest, because I have a sneaking suspicion that the top chest may be what I'm looking for. Maybe... Yeah, we don't have any coal coke amongst the great big pile of stonking loot that we've gotten. I didn't pick any up. Okay. Let's go home. Let's also delete that giant battle tower sign, because I don't want to teleport to that, because that's the opposite of telefragging. You'll teleport into the middle of the air and just die. Did I already get rid of it? Is it already deleted? Return to battle. Yeah, it's gone, I think. Okay. Let's see how far that coal coke got us. Oh, I get it. It's because we're not chunk loaded. So wait a minute. This might actually be enough. Or maybe it won't be. We'll chunk load this so it continues to cook. That Cyclops is very close, though. We will claim this chunk and then chunk load it so this stays loaded. And then we will just I'll come back to this later and see, but I don't think that's going to be enough because I think we had twice as much and we're only getting like we're not getting enough, I think. Coke can be found in the overworld. Yeah, this isn't going to be enough. All right, we're going to call it there for now. Hopefully next time I'll be able to show that I have 6 bars of the Shadowsteel and we'll actually be able to make the book. Oh, that is frustrating. The more I spend time in battle towers, the more I do not like how they're built. It's just a really bad design, in my personal opinion. I know that sounds super salty, and you know what? It is. I am salty about it. I'm real salty that they put a bomb-faced punch meat monster standing in front of a chest made out of wood that is not blast-proof, and they're just like, hey, fight this guy in a phone booth. Haha, your loot's gone. Screw you. It feels like bad design, especially compared to what some other mods do with their stuff. I don't know, man. It just doesn't track. But that's enough for me. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it for here. Save and quit the title. Let's call that a wrap for now. This has been Meatballcraft Dimensional Ascension. Failure to get the alien materials manual edition, and this has been Lord Rain. Good night, dear readers. Good night.